Welcome to Boston, Massachusetts, home to the Freedom Trail, the heart of the American Revolution, and we are here to find out who will end their season on a high note as champions of the Fenway Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see, the UConn Huskies taking on a team from the American, the Army Black Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So UConn's offense takes the field for the first time today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
To the air, it's Fagnano. Caught near the sticks, it's Farine. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. He'll keep it himself. Get the touchdown, get the first down, or just get down, and the quarterback does. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Hauls it in. At the 40, there he goes. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
How nice is it as a quarterback that you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
This UConn offense really has it going. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bell. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Huskies will snap it on 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield. It's Edwards. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. He wants to throw it again. Sets up the screen. Turning it on. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. It's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
He'll bring it out. It's Benson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Army's offense will have its first possession of the game. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. That they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long, but players like that are getting after him.
The Black Knights will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Off play action on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Hansen. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Fagnano. Pocket breaking down. Turns it loose. Snags it down the right side. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Husky.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
10 on 0.
On the move from inside is 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Now on the option. Spins away from the defender. And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And on 2nd down for this offense. Give to the big fullback. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. On the option. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Black Knights line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw. It's Fagnano. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through 1 quarter. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Gives it to the back on the draw. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. They'll move the wide receiver. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Runs through a tackle. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. The play-action fake. The short hands, it's Fareed. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Snap from the gun on third down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
They boot it away. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Army has it back, and the offense ready to go. They've sputtered a bit early, not being able to move the football, having to punt it away each of the first 2 times they had it. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Tight end now in motion. Trying play action. Snagged in the middle. It's Reed. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Black Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Black Knights decide to punt it away. Nestles it in at the 35. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Makes the quick grab. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. So now it's 2nd and long. To throw, it's Fagnano. Caught in the backfield, it's Edwards. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. UConn will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Here comes the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Sends it back in motion. He'll pitch it. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Punt is on its way. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Off the play fake on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Off the boot, looking for his man. Slings it downfield. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. With the catch, it's Murphy.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Catch in the middle. It's Fareed. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Dropping back, it's Fagnano. Throwing right. Wide open downfield. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Trying to barge in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UConn. After that, there might be a few extra tackling drills in practice this week.
Listen, when you only got one guy there, it makes it really hard to get to the ground. You need a swarm. Where are my other guys? You got to get 1, 2, 3 more guys to the football and make sure you get them on the ground.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll try the right side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Now the play fake. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line, not enough to move the sticks. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Punt is in the air on 4th down. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Quarterback empties his backfield. To the air, it's Fagnano. Makes the grab down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Huskies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Rush is on him. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Reese, hard not to enjoy that incredibly historic town. What a fun time to be in Boston, and what a fun first half we've had in the Fenway Bowl. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the fellas for the conclusion of the Fenway Bowl.
UConn has it teed up to start this 2nd half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. They'll run the option.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Now the toss. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27. The Black Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. That's caught. It's Howard. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And I like having matchups outside like this. Guys that I know will win right away. Third down, find my guy, get him the rock, he gets the first down.
And the Black Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Give to the back. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
They'll go to the fullback. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Black Knights have their offense in high gear. Motion from the back. The option look. He'll toss it. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. He'll ride his man on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Reed. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. On the option. Can't get him to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Calls his own number. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9. They have had the ball for a week and a half. Play number 10 coming up. Off the play fake. Got his man quickly. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And he missed it. No good. Boy, they could have used that one to cut into the deficit, but guys, still a 3-score ball game. The UConn offense goes back to work. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Scanning the field, it's Fagnano. Got a man, it's Fareed.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll run play action. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fareed. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. They stop him in his tracks, tried to sneak that fullback loose, and nothing doing. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The pitch. Snowed under by the defense. And the Black Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run the option. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. Sticks it in his belly. He breaks a tackle. Breaks into the open. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The give to the back. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Pulls it in, it's short. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Bring in the heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that last play is sort of a microcosm of the kind of day it's been for them offensively in this one. They just haven't really been able to do anything well. They haven't been able to run the ball, catching and throwing, and pass protection like you saw that last play, giving up the sack. There's a lot this offense needs to build on, needs to get better at moving forward.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got his man. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. The Black Knights want to move quickly. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Black Knights! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. UConn going back to work on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Under fire. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Fagnano. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. UConn will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Gets the back moving. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks. And the Black Knights in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Army! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Sends it back in motion. He's looking to throw. And the defense comes up with a sack, but I think that penalty flag is going to wipe it out, and it's going to be a first down for the offense. Defense in the neutral zone.
Army, 13.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UConn offense goes back to work. The give as they work on that clock. Made a defender miss. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll try to pop the draw. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He gets enough for the first down. Crowd is silent. Chains are moving. Clock still going. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee.